I apologize. My mic was not working, just like yesterday. But thank you for joining the live stream here at Dad's DeFi Space. I'm very grateful that you're taking a moment of your day to spend it with me. Please, please take a moment to check out some of our links below, help support the channel. Hold on a second. Welcome to Dad's DeFi Space. I apologize, but my son needed. Those of you out there, I'm sure many of you are parents and you know my struggle. But I do really appreciate that y'all came to today's live stream. Let's get right to it. Crypto market has been in an absolute downtrend. Bitcoin has been looking absolutely terrible. Bitcoin dominance pumped all the way up above 62%, and altcoins are bleeding because what is happening right now? Bitcoin is dropping, alts are dropping with it, and dominance is moving to Bitcoin, which means players are rotating alts into Bitcoin. Ethereum has been bleeding like crazy. It just looks terrible out there. Now, check it out on the week. You can see, right? There's a few little outliers, some AI agents here, the Say network, not surprising since I noticed that Trump's World Liberty Financial was picking up some Say. TIA is looking pretty good. In fact, I just made a move on that. I decided to unload some of it and build up more of my Injective position, and I'll talk about that towards the end of the video. And that's because today I wanted to show a DeFi lending strategy on the Injective network using the Neptune finance protocol. But remember, please, none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a dad who loves to play around in Web3 and DeFi. So let's take a look at the markets today. So the crypto markets are looking terrible. We're in fear. In fact, yesterday I noticed we actually went into extreme fear. Bitcoin right now is below one of our support areas at $83,000, and Ethereum is sitting at 2,322. Now, Solana has been one of the worst looking ones out there. Solana has been looking at, let's see, $134.58. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance has dropped back below just a little bit. It was about 60 to 62% yesterday, if I remember correctly, at its low and high. Right now, it is 61%, Ethereum at 10. Everything else is about 30% of the market share. Now, Bitcoin dominance doesn't get the glory it deserves. Bitcoin dominance actually is one of the best charts that we can follow to know when altcoins are going to pump. Because if liquidity is flowing back into Bitcoin, altcoins are not going to pump or they're not going to pump together. But I'd like to take some time to also look at ETFs. Now, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. ETFs looking terrible. You can see massive outflows over the last few days. $500 million of Bitcoin. Ooh, almost $1 billion of Bitcoin. Those are some of the biggest outflows we have seen since the end of January, right? Oh, it's terrible looking on the charts, right? And our market cap since over the last 30 days, our market cap has dropped literally from 3.6 trillion. And I mean, we're sitting below 3 at 2.79 trillion. I'd have to take a look at this, but I'm pretty sure that our support zone on that was around $3 trillion. So we're going to have to take a look at that in just a minute. But yesterday, the stream was not working very well. So I wanted to take a look at some charts again. This is something we posted over on X yesterday. And within our DeFi group, you can see on this chart that, I don't want this. If you take a look at our chart over here, you can see that Bitcoin honestly looks worse today than yesterday. But that doesn't mean we're not still bullish on Bitcoin as far as the long term. In the long term, we believe that Bitcoin is going to fly. So if you look at this Bitcoin chart, we are heavily below the bull market support band. And right now we're looking at a 4-hour chart. If we go to the daily, just as bad, right? Below the 89K area. Now, our next realm of support, we have some right around 76 area, 75, and another zone around 69, all the way up to maybe 72 right here. This entire zone right here is going to be make or break it for Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but I would mark that on my chart between 69K and 76K. I think to keep anyone from making a bad decision. Thing is some of our altcoins are really taking a hit now. Aerodrome. Look at that chart. We're back below the zero level. We have a support area around 40 cents, and we have some little areas right here sitting around 50 cents. So if we break below 50 cents, Arrow, not looking good. And yes, we do have a big Arrow bag. I'm still bullish on the protocol. Now, as Arrow pumps back up, I may consider lowering my exposure in this token just because there are other positions I might want to diversify into. But right now, we're just holding on. Undo Finance is below 98 cents. This was what we thought was going to be one of our best buy zones, but heck, we should have gone back down into this area right here. So we talked about yesterday, like why this is happening. Part of the reason is Trump tariffs. Part of the reason is the unwinding of the carry trade that many hedge funds in America are doing with Bitcoin ETFs. If you don't know what that means, what we're talking about is they are buying spot Bitcoin, but they are hedging by buying shorts. So they buy short on the futures and then long on Bitcoin spot. What's happened though is those shorts are now heavily in profit. If those hedge funds start taking profit, Bitcoin could drop even lower. So taking a look back at the Bitcoin chart, you can see if we go anywhere in this region, right? And this is basically between 69K and 72K. That's our line in the sand. We've already spoken about that. So Bitcoin could easily get down into this area. Or Bitcoin could start making its way back up. So here's where I would probably choose to short Bitcoin, and above here, above 91 is where I would long Bitcoin. But right now, I have a small short, but I'm kind of playing wait and see right now. Any of my profit, okay, any of the profit that I make on Bitcoin, I'm going to on the not my spot positions, on the leverage positions, I'm adding those into my liquidity pools as the profits are taken out. Yesterday, I really wanted to take a look at Solana and Sway, so we're going to go to those charts. Okay, Solana is looking terrible. Okay, we are all the way back down to 134. If we zoom out, we broke our support, which was about 182. We're way below the bull market support band. It's going to take a lot of work for Solana to get back up here. This does worry me. We have a massive Solana position. I'm probably going to raise my profit taking at this first target that we spoke about in the past. Now, Solana, if it were to drop much lower, I'm taking a look at this range, this wick right here. It's on the daily chart. It's around a 111. And if you zoom out, you can see we touched here, around this region, and right here. Now, if you go to the weekly, what do you notice? Yeah. Anywhere between 110 and even up into this area of, say, 160 or even 189, we could end up trending in this range. Possibly for a while, depending on what happens with Bitcoin. I am slowly deleveraging my Solana position, my lending position, as the market pumps. We ain't pumping right now. The last chart I wanted to look at before I get into today's session is the Sway chart. Okay, now the Sway chart has not looked too good either. And I am eyeing this $2.35 zone we wicked to early February. Now, what's interesting about this is, as of right now, Sway is in a better position as far as risk versus reward, in my humble opinion, than Solana. So I might possibly, over the next little bit, seeing what Sway does in between this zone between $2.35 and $3, I may be leveraging up my Sway and deleveraging a little bit of my Solana, just saying, not financial advice. And that's not to say that Solana is not going to go on to do big things, but there was a massive pump and it may cool off for a while. But then again, Solana has surprised us in the past, so who truly knows? That's why it's great, even if you're an average TA person like me, to find your support regions, find your resistance zones, kind of watch how volume is reacting. As you can see, Solana volume going down as we were going up here. I did not catch that. I can see it now. But, excuse me, not Solana, Sway. I'm so sorry. I meant Sway. But to me, anything around this 235 is going to be an awesome buy, and I'm fine with dollar cost averaging between 235 and 285. If those of you out there, if you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, it's probably one of the safest ways to get into positions. It just means to methodically, slowly ladder into a position. We can also ladder out of positions also. Ladder in, ladder out. Ladder in to establish the position, ladder out to take your profits. Anyway, let's take a look at today's lesson. And I wanted to talk about how we can leverage our injective position. Before we go, we're going to take a look at injective. I'm going to pull up a price chart. This will work. So injective, if you take a look on the weekly, I mean, we have looked down for quite a while. Basically, the top centered in, oh gosh, where were we? Around $35. This is a recent top, of course, not the top. $35.27. We have been on a massive downtrend since then. We're sitting at about, right below $13 right now. I think our cost basis on this position is probably, I'd have to look, but I think it's around $19 maybe. So we are underwater on this position right now. I'm okay with that. I am still very bullish on injective. And so now that we're kind of in this lower range, I mean, yes, injective could go lower. We could go all the way back down to here, right? That's looking at around $9.34. I hope we don't drop any lower than that, because then I have worries, okay? Y'all can see this. So I'm eyeing anything in this range to heavily accumulate. That means not only am I using cash to accumulate, I'm leveraging up my injective position a little bit to accumulate also. And I'm going to show you how I do that today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some injective and we're going to deposit it into our Neptune account. But I also want to show you how you can take your stake injective and liquid stake that injective on Hydro Protocol, and then use that token to leverage you and get some stables. This is a great technique we can use when we're bullish on an asset. Never use these methods in a bearish market. We are in a bearish market, yes. So you have to very much kind of pay attention to your loan to value ratio. So let's take a look at Neptune Finance. Neptune Finance is a DeFi protocol that's part of the Cosmos ecosystem. It's supported through Injective. It uses the Pyth Oracle, which you've probably heard of from the Solana network. And Neptune Finance is basically a lending, borrowing, and protocol that you can use certain assets in the Cosmos ecosystem. Now, the only two that we are holding right now in our bull bag is Injective and Say. Today, we took a majority of our TIA position and we're focusing more on Injective. Hopefully, that was a good decision. Not that you should do the same if you are a TIA supporter, but I'm consolidating within my own portfolio to leverage up positions I'm more bullish on. Now, do understand that the Neptune protocol is a very small protocol. We're looking at only $12 million deposited into the protocol, $4 million borrowed. You have to pay attention not just to what protocols you're using in safety, but total value locked. You don't want to be locked into position and not be enough liquidity for you to exit the position. So they have a couple different functions that we can use on there. You can lend, and you can see the interest rates here, right? Now, their lending and borrowing is completely separate. So if you want to earn yield on your assets and not leverage or not borrow against it, then you can see the rates here between 1 to 6% for different assets. 6% is more for stables, and T is that high right now. My Injective doesn't earn that much on there. So what we do instead is we borrow. So we look over here, and you can see I have put it into collateral around 46 Injective, 10 liquid staked Injective. That's the H engine. And I've borrowed around $400. Now, my loan to value ratio is a little low right now because you get liquidated at 1.0, and I'm sitting at 1.29. What I'm going to do is we are going to deposit some Injective about 3/4 of what we have, so we can get, we're gonna just go ahead and do most of it. We'll do 10. We're gonna deposit 10 Injective into our position. I'll click add collateral. I wait for my Leap wallet to load and register the fees. And then all you have to do is approve the transaction. We wait for the transaction to be confirmed. And then it takes a minute for the protocol to register. Okay. Next, what I would like to do is we're going to take a look at how we can use our staked Injective to get our staking rewards, but also borrow against it. All right, so we're going to take a look at a protocol called Hydro. Hydro is a liquid staking protocol on Injective. We have used this a lot. I was farming on here because you can farm Hydro on here. It's taken a huge dip. When you stake, you can choose to either have your rewards paid in Injective, or you can have your rewards paid in Hydro. I do collect my Hydro rewards whenever I see it pump up. I tend to sell it off to Injective. That's part of the reason that the price is suppressed on this so much, because so many people are doing the same thing, selling off their rewards. But I'm collecting my Hydro that's claimable. There's just a few. And then once the protocol reloads, I go back to liquid staking, right? Now, I only have a little bit of Injective in my wallet, right? What I'm going to do is show you how I would do this just with a small amount. So, hold on, we're going to have to reload the protocol. I apologize. All right, what we're going to do is I'm going to take 0.5 Injective. My keyboard is acting up. All right, so hopefully it'll work this time. Oh my goodness. It keeps on doing the same thing. Here, we're gonna try this. One more time. This was working perfectly earlier. There we go. Some of this may be my internet connection. So those who are on, I apologize. We're gonna take I don't understand. Anyway, we're gonna skip the liquid staking part. I apologize for that. Now they have staking on the Neptune protocol also, but the staking on the Neptune protocol, you are actually staking the Nept token. I do not have any of this token. This just allows you to earn you can earn the token and then stake the token to earn more yield, right? You can see right here what the staking percentages are for the time that you lock it up. You can get benefits with the protocol by staking, much like most out there, because they're trying to get you to lock up the liquidity, right? Now, what I hope to do, I apologize for that. I wish that I could get this working for you because I really wanted to show you how you can use the Hydro protocol to kind of leverage up your staked positions so you can earn yield on both your tokens, then plus leverage what you're borrowing. Biggest problem is when the protocols get finicky here. This isn't a problem if we're not live. We're gonna disconnect my wallet and reconnect my wallet. And hopefully this works. I'm gonna turn 0.53 and we're gonna stake on the Hydro protocol. And see, when you confirm the transaction, it's going to give us a liquid staking token. Once the transaction's approved. Now, this liquid staking token earns yield over time. It's just programmed into the token itself. We also can earn yield off the protocol. And then what's really cool about this is I can go back to Neptune and go into borrow, and we can stake our Injective here. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to borrow a little bit more USDC. Right? We'll do $50, putting our borrowed rate at 450. We're going to approve the transaction. And then after the transaction is approved, we'll have the $50 deposit it into our Leap wallet. Right there. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take our USDC we just got. We're going to go over to Neptune's swap function because you can do swaps on here too. It's not necessarily my favorite. It's just easy use. And we are going to swap the USDC we just borrowed into Injective. Now, now we're going to hit continue, confirm the swap. We get our Injective. Now, once this transaction is approved, I'm going to go back to the Hydro protocol, and I'm going to liquid stake the rest of my USDC. Now that we have finished swapping our USDC into Injective, gosh, this transaction's taking forever, ladies and gentlemen. There it goes. Okay. Now that the swap was successful, at least within the wallet, we're going to go back over to Hydro. I think our transaction failed. It says it's successful. That's crazy. And we're going to take the rest of the Injective that we got. It should be a lot more than that. What is wrong with the computer today? I apologize. You know, we're going to try something else really quick. Because for whatever reason, this is not working well for me. I don't know why it's taken so long for my transactions to go through. We're going to disconnect my wallet again. That's usually the best thing to do when things are not working for you. And we're going to reconnect my Leap wallet. It's still not reading that Injective in my wallet. Crazy. All right, well, we're going to just use this. We're going to liquid stake what we can and just keep the rest as Injective. I have no idea why the protocol is doing this. All right, so now that hopefully the transaction goes through, okay, yes, I don't understand. And we are going to deposit our liquid stake token, all of it, into our position slowly. And then next, see, that one worked perfectly fine. And then next, we're going to add the Injective that we just got by swapping our USDC. I want to do about 3.5. And we're going to deposit that into our current position. And then after we deposit this into our current position, we'll check our loan health. You never ever, especially in a bearish downtrend like we're in, let your account health get too low. To me, 1.38 would be way too low. I like to keep it above 1.5. Preferably, you should probably be above 2.0. I am pretty risky at times. So if you are not, you may want to keep that total value locked much, much lower. So we're sitting at about 1.45. Okay. And what we'll do is, as the market comes back up, okay, we will pay down our loan a little bit. and then hopefully get some of the price appreciation. Now, what I wanted to do at the very end, now that we have seen how you can leverage Neptune Finance Injective protocol to add to our positions, I wanted to take, all right, we got it all there. Actually, it looks like I've run out of time today. I can hear my wife calling from the other room. And you know what they say. Happy wife, happy life. Thank you for coming to my impromptu stream. I'm a little disappointed on how terrible the internet was working again today. I'm glad that we got through the charts, but I would like to make a better video as far as using the Neptune protocol. I'm going to try to add that in later this week. And let me know what kind of content you would like to see over the next few weeks. Let me know in the comments. If you like what you're hearing, please like and subscribe, ping that notification bell, and please support the channel by checking out dadsdefispace.org or adding us on X at CryptoZone1013. I hope in the near future we can start looking at ways we can position ourselves with DeFi lending and liquidity pool strategies during a bear market. Because what I'm showing you today is not effective during a bear market. You will get yourself liquidated very quickly. And in the next little bit of time, we'll start to look at some delta neutral positions. So I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. Again, please like and subscribe. Go out and touch some grass before it gets too dark in the next little bit, if you live on my side of the world. And I hope each of you have a wonderful day. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, peace.